What's up, everybody? It's your boy Nate, and today we're going to be answering the age-old question: how much money should I be saving every month? Not me, but how much should you be saving every month? Now, a lot of people don't exactly have savings accounts. In fact, I know a lot of people who prefer to go without them. Just having a checking account, maybe a few investment accounts, and that's pretty much it. That's not necessarily what you really want to do. You really truly want to save for a rainy day or for an emergency. That's truly important in today's times especially. So with that being said, we will get started and get into it. But before we do that, I got to put in this plug here. If you're very new to the channel, I welcome you. We talk about personal finance, credit cards, saving money, all that stuff. So if you do like this content, which my analytics show that you do, please do smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. And with that being said, let's get started with the video. So without wasting any time, let's just get right to it. How much money should you be saving every single month? Or better yet, how much percentage should you be saving every month? Now, there's this rule called the 50-30-20 rule. And normally that rule, especially the 20 part, means that you really need to be saving about 20% of your annual income. But as I know, at times like these, it's really not always that simple. When it comes to building any financial security, having your savings account is truly the biggest factor. But that's the question. How much do you save? Do you save $20 a month? Do you save $40 a month? Do you save $50 a month? Do you save 20% of your paycheck? Do you save 30% of your paycheck? Do you save nothing until you pay off all your bills or until you get off out of debt? So with this, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are asking, how much should you be saving every month? Now, online sources always state that you should be saving at least 20% of your income every single month, which just brings me back to the 50-30-20 rule. You should be reserving 50% of your budget for essentials like the rent and the food. Save about 30% for any discretionary spending you may have, and put at least 20% of your earnings into your savings account. Now, understand, that may look easy on paper, but we understand how times can be, and it's not always that simple. And so basically, how about I just go ahead and draw out an example? Let's say you bringing in about $5,000 a month. Now your essentials 50%, that'll be $2,500. For your discretionary spending 30%, it's about $1,500. And for savings 20% is about $1,000. That's how much you should be saving and budgeting every single month. Let me give another example. Say you're bringing in $7,000 a month. Essentials 50%, that is $3,500. Discretionary spending 30%. That's $2,100. And savings is 20%, which means $1,400 should be going into savings. Now, if your income is high, really what you want to do is be wise and keep all your expenses pretty low and save much larger proportion when it comes to how much you save. Now, for some people, 20% may be high, but I would say save something rather than nothing. If you can't even put in 20%, try something smaller, but always try to make sure you put in something in your savings account. But I will say, once you get to a point, always make sure you're putting in at least 20% or higher. However, you always want to make sure you're getting into that 20 percentile. So once you can, put in 20% or higher. Now the next age-old question is, where do I save? Your best bet is to open up an online savings account and put your money in there. You can find some of the best rates online. And the good thing about these online banks is that you can access your money anywhere in the world. You're not tied down to one of those brick and mortar type of banks. Like, I'll give an example. Markets by Goldman Sachs. The APY is about 0.50%. You don't need no minimum balance. And your estimated earnings is about $125 a year. That's what we like to call high interest savings accounts. So now let's go back to this 50-30-20 rule. Why 20%? The reason why I say that is because I'm assuming a lot of my audience members are in their 20s or they're in their 30s. Just being in your 20s and 30s, you can easily earn an average of about 5% of a return every single year. But you will always need to be saving at least 20% of your income. You really want to start this early on because the best thing you have working for you is time. Now, if you're just somebody who just loves to work, then that's on you. I can't really say anything. And sure, maybe if you do enjoy working, you don't need to save all that much. But I'm sure just like any other person, you would still want to enjoy your money and travel and use it for any type of vacations you may want to. Or if you don't have an emergency fund, at least have that. Or if you don't want to spend it on yourself, spend it on your friends and family. But the reason why a lot of us save is because sooner or later, we don't want to work for the money. And there are a lot of people who are in their late 30s or 40s that stop working because they have enough money in savings or investments to pay for all of their expenses. So you talk about savings, Nate, but what exactly are you saving for? Now, I can only speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure the general audience would agree that truly we're saving for financial independence. There are ways that you can entirely finance your life entirely from your investments and dividend. Now, when it comes to how much money you'll truly need to do that, it truly all depends on the situation or the person. Like, for example, if you earn like an average return of at least 7% on your money, you can truly stop working a lot less than if you only earned about 3%. But I'll try to explain it to people who need like a 5-year-old explanation. We'll start with the 4% rule. And that means that with the 4%, theoretically, you could withdraw 4% of your principal balance every year. And you can easily live off this for the rest of your life. But that means you'll need to save at least 25 times your annual expenses to become financially independent. It's easy math. 25 times 4. And that's 100% of your total balance. Now that would only work if you want to save 25 times your annual income. But then that asks another question. How long was that going to take me? Honestly, it would probably take about 25 times your income upon the percentage of the income you save. To be honest, if you save only 1% of your income, it'll take probably 100 years. If you save 10% of your income, it'll take 54 years. If you save 25% of your income, it'll take only 37 years. If you save 90% of your income, it'll only take you 19 years. Now, as you can see, if you start saving at least 20% of your annual income, you'll hit about 25% of your annual income in just about a little over 40 years. That means if you're 30 right now, you will hit this target by the time you're about 71. Now, unfortunately, if you save less than 20%, it'll take you a whole lot longer unless you win the lottery or something like that. You don't want to get to a point where you work in all these years, you can't even enjoy it. It takes discipline when it comes to this money management thing. But don't forget, you only need about 25 of your annual expenses, not your income, to be financially independent. The trick about it is try to be more so of a minimalist. The less expenses you have, the sooner you'll achieve your personal savings goal. Now, Nate, you keep talking about this 20%. How in the world do I get there? I'll show you. Let's say you make about $1,200 every single 2 weeks. Now, after taxes, it's about $1,000. Your savings goal should be about 20% net income, or to break it down for you, $200 every single paycheck. Now, if you make a pre-tax contribution in your 401k of at least 5% of your paycheck and it's matched by your employer, that means you probably need to put aside at least $60 of your paycheck before taxes. And if your employer does the match, that'll be a total of $120. That means that'll be $120 into your account every single month. Not only that, but then your after-tax paycheck will be reduced to only $969. Now, between the pre-tax savings and your employer matching it, saving 20% of your overall paycheck might be a little easier at that point. Now, let's start off with an example here. Say a monthly deposit into your bank account is about $5,000. Now, for your monthly savings deposit, it should be about $600. Aim for the 20%, mind you. Now, depending on the compounded monthly annual interest of 2.50% for, let's just say, 10 years, your total contributions will be about $77,000. And then, don't forget, you earn interest off of that money. So that means you would probably assume about a little bit over $11,000 in interest. That means your final savings when it comes to that in just 10 years will be about a little over $88,000. And that's just on a small scale. So it can be possible. And like I said at the beginning of the video, something is better than nothing. So even if you can't hit the 20% right away, it's better to start off with something. And I've heard it all before. People say they can't do it. They don't have a handle on their spending. Expenses come up, etc. You could start with as little as 1%. And when you feel like you can master that, why don't you increase it to like 2%, then 5%, then 10%, then 15%, 17%, and so on. Trust me, the more you do this, the easier it'll get. And then soon, it'll start to be a very easy habit for you. But always keep the 20% goal in mind. And I will say, whenever you get a raise or maybe a little bonus, why don't you bump up that 20%? You'll save a lot more. Now, let's say if you're in debt. Paying off that debt is essentially saving just in reverse. And people who pay down debt don't honestly know that they're saving more than what they think. Because you truly want to be debt-free. Ain't nobody wants to be having debt on their ankle the entire lives. And one thing I would also try is investing. Now, if you can't save a boatload of your money every paycheck every month, investing might be a good alternative, and it can truly help you start saving in the long run. There's plenty of brokerages like Fidelity, Vanguard, plenty of them out there. And there are free brokerages that you can go to that you won't have to pay for. Free. That's what you want. All right, so let's say you get through all these processes here. You made it to the 20%. Now what? Easy. Just keep going. Try to keep going and even increasing that amount without depriving yourself. Definitely try to test your boundaries, test your limits, see how much higher you can go. Now, when it comes to things like this, it takes discipline and consistency. There's truly no way around it. You have to listen to your bank account. It wants to save money for you, especially if the account that you have your money in is a high interest savings account where it pays you. Now, a lot of retirement experts say that the traditional recommendation of 15% of your income is honestly too low, which is why a lot of people suggest 20%, and that 25% to 30% is more of a realistic and safer bet. Now, I know this may seem impossible, but it's only impossible until it happens. And you really want to think long term when it comes to this. Do you want to buy a car? Do you want to travel? Do you need an emergency fund? Do you want to buy a house someday? Do you want to invest someday? You should really always take all those things into account when it comes to saving your money. Now, I would say when it comes to saving, the most important thing to do is just to start right now. There's no time like the present. Just think about where you could be 6 months from now if you started right now. Or better yet, how much you can have if you started 6 years from now. Now, for me, the best philosophy is to just follow Nike's example. Just do it. And smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. So with that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys really got a lot of knowledge out of this. I want all of us to save money. I'm speaking to myself when I make these videos. If you guys haven't done so already, please do subscribe to this YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. Don't forget to like this video. Follow my social media handles. They're right here, and I'll put them down in the comments for you. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I post every single week. With that being said, I will see you guys in the next video.